Coming to you, old Vincenzo, hanging out in the old refrigerator, wobbling around, kicking my feet. And I'm here to tell you to join old Vincenzo's Go Crypto Investing. Hit that bell notification and just rock your way into nice profitable trades and fleece heist and shist, the fleece heisters and shysters, and relax because you have that bell notification to give you all the latest news, breaking news, coin updates, and regulatory things. Peace and love. Hey-o!
At the bottom part of this blue support zone, which is a major support level that I feel we're going to come down to, because I feel there's a much bigger collapse about to take place in the next couple of months, and maybe as soon as the Fed raises interest rates again. Is I believe, just like you've had, if we look left at the chart, and old Vincenzo always says in a super simple, easy way to trade this market and technical analysis, and that's what we do here at this company for you, yes, you, the beautiful retail investor that we're educating on the cashless system to profit 1,000x into the future as we transition into a whole new way of life going into the mid-2020s into 2030 as cash is phased out in a cashless society with whole new opportunities to prosper or rise, and you need to be out ahead of that. You can see you had rising channel up there, right? Broke down. Falling channel broke up. Right? And then your mountain double top over here. And then as we broke down, and you can see in red when the Fed started to tighten for the first time, actually, instead of talking about it, the price has been straight down because that is the main driver of this. You have main drivers in life, and a main driver of the cryptocurrency sphere as far as the price goes and the appreciation in your stock of the crypto, it goes on the Fed. The Fed tightens, the price goes down. The Fed threatens to tighten, the price starts to go down and tops out. The Fed starts to think about not tightening, the price can start to bottom out, but they're not doing that. But you can see what we had here. A mountain double top gave us a targeted move of 13,336, right? What's going on with this? And then, that's what's going on. And then we had our first leg to the downside out of that, and you can see what I'm talking about. A mountain double top is the most bearish macro pattern that you can get. And you go from the top of the double top to what the neckline would be was right there at the bottom of the blue support zone. You can see support, a whole bunch of support at the neckline, support near the neckline, and then it broke the neckline with one final support. But you go from the top of the head to the neckline, and you drag that to the point of a breakout, which would have been right there, and that gets you all the way down here at this 13,000. Let's move this. At the 13,000 level. Come on, where's this at? The $13,336 level that was made when the price of BTC was 63,000 and rising, and that would have been in here when I thought it was going to top out right there when the price was threatening to break out down there. But then, so you see how we kind of get that. That's one target. Then you can see when we started this breakdown, we had a falling channel or a bear flag where you have your flagpole, your flag, and up and sideways consolidation with falling volume, as you know, that's very bearish or bullish, as this pattern is going to break to the downside, and the targeted move is from the top of the flag to the bottom, right? To the point of a breakout. And if we use that, you can see that gets you all the way down to this major consolidation that we're at now at about the 20,000 or 19,000 old all-time high, and that's why we had that as a major level to watch. But midway through that first big bear flag completion, you can see he fell out of it and then formed a mini bear flag that we diagnosed and sniffed out, and then the targeted move from the breakout to the bottom of the flag, and that coincided with this underneath target at 19,000, and that's how we knew that's where the price in and around could come. It did wick down to about 17,600 and change, and then now we formed another bear flag, right? And this one's been going on for about 2.5 months, and it threatened to break down here, got supported on the top part of the blue support zone, traded back up, and is getting a bearish confirmation. And if this flagpole and this bear flag plays out like the other three have on our way down, you can see where this gets you. And it lines up with our first overall macro time frame. As we look at some of these micro time frame patterns, it gets you very close to the macro time frame targeted move. You can see on the breakdown that gets you all the way down here to the $13,369 level, right? And that's how you break your way down from the macro to the micro time frame. The macro time frame, the long-term pattern, is still dominant, but then you get these little micro storms that pop up right in the short time frame. You get these little short storms that I call them, and they rear their ugly head, make some disturbances, rile up the people, and then the macro or the longer time frame storm, the actual driver of the whole thing takes over and it continues to the downside. And right now, all these little storms that pop up, they're just mini storms and mini fights by the bulls to try to fight off the bears. But the overall climate of the crypto right now is to the downside, so they repeatedly break to the downside. And I think we're going to eventually hit that $13,000 target. And then, unfortunately, for the crypto bulls and the crypto influencers that only see bull markets, old Vincenzo sets you up for 1,000x returns in your life, bullish. And if the price is going to consolidate, we're not scared to let you guys know that's what we're here for. You can see this might eventually come all the way down into this area. I'm very afraid that we could have a big catastrophic collapse as this financial crisis takes over and the Bitcoin price gets down below $10,000. And you can see the XRP price is essentially the same. It's following nearly identical. This had a big symmetrical triangle last year that we identified, sniffed out, and detected that it would break down in the year of 2022 by the end of the year between 18 and 20 cents, and we still feel almost 100% confident that on the next big leg to the downside, that's where you're going to break down out of. And as you can see, we've been getting severely rejected by this overhead resistance at the 37-cent level. And really, essentially, what you have here is a big bearish continuation pattern here. You can see you got overhead resistance here. If we draw out some lines, you got major overhead resistance there. Then you got kind of a lower support down here at the bottom part of this red support zone, and that kind of forms a descending triangle. And a descending triangle is a bearish continuation pattern. And you could say this really started from the confirmed breakdown up there to the bottom of the pole to the point of a breakout, and that gets you just into there, just above the 12-cent level, and breaches that 18 to 20-cent target, and at the top part of the max accumulation zone at the volume indicator at 11 cents. And that's what it's looking like in the XRP price. That's what some of the news we're looking at on the cryptocurrency market. And join old Vincenzo, hit that bell notification to sidestep and audible all this by the criminal gangsters that fleece, heist, and shice and try to keep you in the working poor. You can see the local support is 32 cents. The local major upper resistance is 37. Major support is the bottom part of that red support zone, which is the volume indicator. If you're above it, you still can get bounced off it. If you get below it, you're harshly bearish.